I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
See how my pasty white skin looks on camera. What's going on, everyone? That's Music Mind, back again. This time we're talking about Death's Leprosy, the 1988 release, which has been reissued with about 5,000 songs, over 3 hours of content. Madness, honor, and a thrill for the kill. Death was a twisted animal that had rigid features and this blitzing speed, but an overbearing focus on the need to destroy. Their 1988 release Leprosy is a wrecking force and really shine for their aggressive stance on the really forward stance of music and the really forward aggressiveness. Their lyrical ability covers some despair, and really the exciting cover art is just as disgusting as their music. The ripping guitars, the annihilation-inducing percussion, and the vocals are all the main components to form what Death would embody. As the title track Leprosy begins, it describes the bodies deformed way beyond belief, cast out from their concerned society, and the flesh contorting day after day, freak of the dark world is what the people say. And Schuldiner is really a substantial singer-songwriter here. His voice really knows no bounds, and he continues to attack the listener and really get a grip over them and have this overbearing sense of control over them. And that goes for Death as well as a band. But as truly harsh as it is, and as truly menacing as it is, even as gruesome as it is, the harsh growls make it almost impossible to make out exactly what's being said. And the main focus is actually shifted into the intricacies of the instruments, which the production handled from Dan Johnson and Scott Burns, who would later work with Obituary and Cannibal Corpse, did an amazing job of making sure the guitars were very clean and spotless here. And the percussion is also an aspect that I think is always deliberately an assault continually throughout Leprosy, and the listener always shows it gets very little mercy throughout. The consistent stomping given by Death is rapid and volatile and able to crush bone, but Death has this very obliterating sense about them. The presence of Death is actually this angry, malevolent beast that just continues to attack and attack until the listener's nothing but dust. And that's with Forgotten Past, which moves into a rapid style with the snare and the bass at a consistent eighth note quality, where it contains a newfound grip, as I stated, on the listener that Death has, and as it creates this total control and this real sense of just overbearing presence on the listener. But Death is comedic here too, and the track listing might get a laugh, as the names and the lyrics are very almost comedic in their sense, and the actual technical ability of Death, of the musicians of Death, is breathtaking. And that's really the main thing that I think Death stands out for, is just how incredible their music really is. The force of the record is obliterating, as I said, but the real pure ability behind their impressive instrumentals and the speeding bullet styled percussion and guitars and even the vocals here are consistent through each track and done incredibly well. Pull the Plug reflects on Death's methodology and how Death is innovative and still substantial to this day by wrapping everything that Death can cultivate into one supreme package. The high-pitched guitar solos are just as impressive and just as innovative as they were back in 1988 with the wrapping of Death into this tightly wound ball of fury. And as the 8-track behemoth really starts to close, the ever-presence of Death lingers and continues to linger and acts almost as a spirit which hovers over Leprosy that makes Death not go quietly into the dark night, and instead they go as a swinging monster just as they began, really ending their journey in the same way that they started off, as this burning, raging fire that knows no bounds and continues to destroy even years after the release of Leprosy. Leprosy was actually, a fun fact, was the first Death record I ever bought with my own money, and I remember taking it home after looking at the cover for the whole car ride home. I was maybe 14, 15, and it was just incredible. Seeing the band really attack in this way, it was something incredibly new to me, and it was just overwhelming at a point in my life where I really didn't understand that sound yet of classic thrash or death metal, and it opened up new and inspiring opportunities for me to see different bands that are gaining inspiration from death and really retweaking their style. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I don't know why I'm shirtless in this. It just felt right. And I'll be back on Friday with a brand new music review. And also check the site and social media, because I put a lot of stuff on there that I don't put on YouTube. Mostly YouTube is just for my main 3 posts, but I do post streams and new music and concert photos and stuff like that up on my site. So I really appreciate it if you guys check that out. Thank you guys for even watching this. I know that the videos kind of usually suck, but I think they're getting better. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next Matt's Music Mind video review. Shit is corny.